Good morning. What is a trigger? I had a client in my office yesterday and he was talking about something and I said, "Oh, it sounds like this situation really triggered you." And he stopped and he said, "Well, what does that mean exactly?" So I wanted to do a little post about that because I think it's really important to kind of notice those in your life and then what we can do about them. So a trigger, to me, is any situation or maybe something somebody says or does that causes a pretty strong emotional reaction. And along with that are some strong emotional sensations that happen in the body. And usually one of the four main emotions are sadness, fear, disgust, or anger. And there's different levels of intensity for both, for all. And when that happens, what a trigger really is connected to is old stuff from the past. So when we were kids, somebody might have said something or done something to us, and we didn't have the tools at that point to really process the emotions, so we smush them down. And it's not that anybody meant to do that stuff normally. So parents could say something or do something. They don't usually mean to. They're just not aware that they did it. And some do, obviously, but a lot don't. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just old wounds that we have not really healed or dealt with. So the trigger in present day, somebody says something or does something and it triggers those old emotions from a long time ago. That's why they feel so strong. So it's not actually about what's happening in this moment. It's connected to something a long time ago. Now, the reason they're coming up is because it's sort of pointing you to something that needs to be healed. And when I say healed, I mean processed. So when those emotions and sensations come up, it's more about just sitting with them, observing them, watching them, allowing them to come up, and then letting them go. There's a great book by David Hawkins called Letting Go, and he talks about this technique where you just feel, and you kind of go into a meditation about it, and you just feel, sit there, honor what's happening, not attach anything to it, no stories. Your mind will want to tell you stories about what you're feeling, but if you can actually just let the stories go and keep coming back to the sensation, and stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, eventually that sensation will dissipate. And along with it, all the stories and all the other emotional stuff connected to it. And you'll be much more clear-headed to make decisions and move forward. So I have a process that I put together called SHIFT. And this is the first piece of it. The I stands for identify the trigger. And so this is the first piece. So when you identify it, you see what it is, you honor it, you observe it, you feel it, you process it, you're allowing those emotions to get out and to be released. Over time, what happens is those triggers aren't so bad. You don't get triggered so much. Or if you do, hopefully, you become much more aware quickly. And this is something that's really challenging. I've been working on it for a while now, and I'm not all that great at it either. But when I can do it well, it's really powerful. So give it a shot. See what happens. If today, I'm sure you'll get triggered at some point today. We all do. Whatever you feel it, honor it, look at it. And then next time I'm going to talk about kind of what happens after that. All right? Have a great Friday.